everyone, it's Garrison here, and welcome back to the Patreon, or the channel where we're currently watching from. And today, I am super duper excited, because finally, I'll be doing my first listen / full-on album review, the Ateez's second full album titled The World Ep.Fin Will. You already know, okay, I've been anticipating this album ever since the track preview, and of course, the initial announcements for this comeback with Crazy Form. For those who saw my reaction and review for the music video for Crazy Form, you guys know I went insane in that. Absolutely loved the intentions behind that song and how it played out, but it really made me wonder, how are the other tracks gonna play out, the B-sides and all, knowing the whole collective and the dedicated individuals that work with Ateez behind the scenes. I just want to mention them here right away, the likes of Eden, Olander, Maddox, of course. I advocate for my man's Maddox, incredible solo artist, and I would say individual as a whole. Pepperoni, Olive, we got everyone in the mix, of course. But of course, for all of these tracks, we got the likes of Hongjun and Mingi taking part, whether that be on the lyrics or on the composing side. There's some things to note, like we got members to mention here, whether it be Songwha and all, etc. I'll make sure to do so, give credit where credit is due, which I love doing always, of course, on the channel here. But hey, enough talk. Let's just dive into this album review now. Alright, so the first track we have here is titled We Know. I remember my friend mentioning to me a while back that this had quite the interesting structure to this song and all, so I'm gonna have to find out for myself. Seeing familiar names that I mentioned already, Eden, Olander, you name it, Maddox, Pepperoni, and Olive. We also more than love to see it, Hongjun and Mingi on the lyrics. But on the composing side, additionally, we have Alexander Carlson. So for those who are not familiar with Alexander Carlson, he has actually taken part on Bounce, yes, that Hard in the Paint song by Ateez in the past before. Has also worked with Billy, that amazing experimental song, Flipping a Coin, that's still in my rotation. And even the likes of Flash Forward by Le Seraphim, Blessed Cursed as well. A lot of like really strong title tracks, B-sides that are out there. I should say more than strong, but hey, enough talk. Let me bring it up here right away, everyone, and let's actually hear what this song is all about. Oh. Okay. Right away with Songwha. I'm the morning. Hey. Hey. Wow. I love this rudimental beat that's being done so far. Oh. Loving the electronic, like, distortion or electronic instruments being done here, or instrumentation. Ooh, this build up in the pre-chorus, I love it. Okay. What a chorus. Oh, I love the passion that I'm hearing right now, but these moments by Jongho, he's nailing every high note here. We know, you know, you know. Oh. Okay, Hongjun. Wow, jumping on verse 2 here. You don't know my type? Tell him. Oh, Mingy! He's eating up his moment here. Ooyoung. This is Ooyoung, right? Keep in mind, things can be lost in translation, but... We know. Man, the sing-alongable factor and quality to this chorus is everything. Man, I love that synthesizer electronic work in this song. It's very addictive. Okay, onto the bridge. Oh! Oh, yes! Risers. Woo! Yeah. Okay, getting more Mingy here. My enemies are everywhere. Okay, Hongjin. A mic is on. Y'all hear him there? Oh my goodness. Yo, we know goes so hard in the paint as it should, but in a way where I love how everything is tolerable. You know what I'm saying? That is something that I really been expressing these days about just the K-pop scene in general. Having songs that are hard-hitting, but to a certain point where you get to enjoy every single moment, especially if it has these melodic, vocal-heavy moments where you got Jungho going crazy and hitting every single high note that was implemented in this song, vocal direction wise, and with the intentions that it has and all. And like, don't even get me started with that bridge follow through that he did, where he just follows it up in this like triplet. Should I say triplet? Triplet pattern, but more so I should say like a tresillo rhythm. For those who don't know, it's a very modern day common rhythm, right? I think it was the influences is coming from Latin American music, but it's used quite often. We're talking about the era of like the 2010 days, like basically majority of your favorite mainstream artists, at least in the Western scene and all around the world. But to get that sort of rhythm coming into play on this beat that's very rudimental but can be very grimy at times, with how bouncy it is in this dark kind of manner, this dark husk kind of manner, is literally everything, right? So now I really get what my friend was saying about the structure. It's not only fascinating, I would say, vocal arrangement wise and direction that I was mentioning earlier with the likes of Jungho, but also how the distribution played out. We're talking about especially the pre-chorus. Like, first time around, okay, I'm getting a sense of this. This is really providing a really good setup to the chorus, where, don't even get me started about that. I'm going to have to cover the chorus at some point. But the second go around, I love how they switched it up and really elevated the song in terms of who's coming through in the forefront. We're talking about likes of Ooyoung. I think Yunho was in the mix and all with Jongho and all, and that moment there was like, whew, literally one of my top favorite moments coming into play for this particular song. So I can sense a bit of Alex Carlson's influence in a way in how this was composed. Not necessarily vocal direction wise, like I'm sure like Eden, Maddox, Olander, they are the ones that really, you know, come into play when it comes to vocal direction and how things should be sung and how things should be played out, especially when you got the rap lines coming from Hongjoon or Mingi of chorus. But like that moment, I'm gonna have to go through that moment again, but let me bring it up here yet again, everyone. We're gonna go through it from the beginning. Like I mentioned earlier, there can be loss in translation. Also, color-coded lyrics can be wrong, but I just like this for us to just follow along, you know, briefly. Just take things with a grain of salt. Obviously, don't take these color-coded lyrics quite literally. But let me pop this other side in first. Hold up. See what I'm saying? Like, just this beginning here with this rudimental bouncy drum beat coming through, and like there's these additional snaps done on the very end of these moments of the lines and all. Really cool with it. I really love how it really sets the tone in the song. I like that like vocal layer that is being done in the back, like this done in like this modulated kind of manner, like this vocal effect that's being applied or something from, I don't know, one of the members or maybe Maddox coming into play. But just in the back there, I love what's going on there with that kind of vocal layer effect coming into play. Some risers coming into play here to build it up into the pre-chorus. So cool. Like, are you hearing this? Like, this kind of theatrical direction in the singing, I am such a sucker for when it's done right. And you know, our boys are doing it right here. Like, he knows. I know, you know. Here we go. Give me the chorus. Give it to me. No, we know. You know. Oh, just the sing-alongable factor and just like the additional layers of the call and response, almost with the ad-lib work, with the additional we know. Like, I love it. It is so signature Ateez and all, especially when you got like songs by them that are very anthemic with it and all. You gotta have that great ad-lib and like ad-lib work, but also like chants here and there coming into play. Nukya. Oh, just the distortion here. I love how they play with it here. Okay, lay it on me. Give me the rap. Yeah, I'm keeping distance. Do I catch you without you noticing? You don't know my type, you don't know my nine. Like, do you really know? You know? Because at the end of the day, we know better. We know ourselves better than others. Like, there's more than beneath the eye. There's more than beneath what you are seeing. I will never let you know the truth that someone in reality can clearly see. As some may know, Mingi do be the bias. Oh, facts. Oh my goodness. Why do you want to distort and evaluate? Lots of people, this day and age, social media, everywhere, or in public, you can just, like, why do people just want to distort, you know, and just jump to conclusions and evaluate anyone beneath the surface level, you know what I'm saying? Like, judging a book by its cover, per se, but also distorting what is the truth, and distorting, and, I don't know, like, providing info that may not be necessarily true. Like, how do you know? Right? That is the question being proposed here. Oh my, yo! Facts again. A world of lies that snakes between violent words. Of course, that can be lost in translation here, but a world of lies that snakes between violent words. Jeez. I noticed the cowardly smile hidden behind the mask. Like, y'all can keep being keyboard warriors. Y'all can keep doing your thing, right? But we know what's behind the mask. We know you're not willing to just stand in front of me and say what you've been saying, or, you know, doing what you've been doing. Like, sure, I'm gonna keep, like, leading you this way, but there's the truth. There's more to the truth here. See what I'm saying here? This follow-up, this second go-around with the pre-chorus, oh my goodness. Notice how smooth it is right after Mingi. That was smooth. You can't tell me that was not smooth. What a smooth transition. Oh my goodness. Oh, you gotta know, you know. Okay, let's follow it up here into the bridge. We can run and hide, sure. But we know the truth. We know what's the true, like, the actual truth. And I feel like this also tackles the main side that they've been tackling, right? Following from the title track and All Crazy Form. And if you guys have been, you know, noticing the details in the music video and all, and the storyline that's coming into play, it's like, we know the truth. We know the truth. We know what's the reality right now, not from what is actually false and from what you've been saying with your twisted words and all. Oh my goodness, that kind of pattern, like a Tresillo pattern that, like, is implemented here for Jongho, incredibly well thought, like, genius. This riser. And every time when I'm saying, like, these risers, everyone, it's when it's, like, swelling up, right? It's usually when, like, these singer-songwriters, producers, in the mix and all, they implement these risers to really build up for a moment here. And then we get played because it doesn't drop here right away. It settles down, it sizzles back up. And everything becomes unleashed here. Nukya. And just when you thought Mingi was done, and Hongjoon. There's no such thing as a false lie. Oh my goodness, be careful, my mic is on. Ooh, everything is quite cohesive with it already. And if I recall correctly, during my initial reaction to the track preview, I was saying, hey, this is probably going to be a very cohesive album with it from start to finish. But hey, let's keep this roller coaster ride going, even though we just started. And let's just dive into the next B-side now. All right, everyone. Now we are moving on to Emergency. Okay, I'm seeing Eden, Olander, Maddox, Pepperoni, Olive, Hungjun, and Mingi on the lyrics. We more than love to see it. Okay, I am really interested in how this song's gonna play out, especially after hearing the track preview. Keep in mind, every time when I'm saying the track preview that I checked out, it's the one with pretty much all the instrumentation, no vocal or rap work coming through. I didn't want to spoil myself fully, but yes, we have Emergency here. I wonder why. I wonder why they titled this Emergency. I'm gonna bring it up here right away and let go. Some sounds of nature. Whoa, son! Coming in heavy with it. Ooh! Oh, the string work. I love it. Open the dance of confusion. Who's gonna play? Wait a second, this is the pre-chorus. Snare drum work. Wait, are we going to battle here? Oh. Who has got my back? I feel ya. Okay. They're really orchestrating something here. Okay. Oh, I love taking the hi-hats in the back here. Back to the pre-chorus. Rolling of the drums. Oh yeah. Yo, what an anthem here, but in a really rebellious kind of fashion. Ooh. Bridge. Oh, they're sending us somewhere. Oh, the chords here. Oh, that horn work. Who's here with me, you know? This is like the revolution. This is the time to strike. That's what I'm getting here, everyone. Because if you think about like the whole storyline going on and how I've been saying so far, this is so far cohesive with it. Going back on the storyline, all right? Challenging societal norms and all, and what society thinks is right, what others thinks is so-called right, quote-unquote. But this is truly the rebellious anthem and the liberation of Ateez coming through here, the best put it, everyone. Like, the TLDR is pretty much about, hey, let's rally up and challenge these things that we feel like is wrong. Let's voice ourselves and speak up and take action. And more these days, if anything that is needed to be done, whether it be in person, whether it be advocating online, it is important to have a voice upon what's going on in the world right now. You could put it as that holistically if you think about it when it comes to emergency here, but this is the rebellious anthem that, hey, we're not going to be limited. We're not going to be, chained up. We're not going to be so restricted by society and what people want to put us to do, like to just put us in a box per se. Because a lot of people love doing that, at some certain points in life, which is weird, not going to lie. But emergency here, I love how crazy it goes with the chorus. I wouldn't say it's like, my favorite part in the song, but man, oh man, sure. Not only Jongho popped off in the song, I think Sanghwa really ate it up in his certain moments for this particular song. Would have liked a little bit more of Euyang coming into play in this. I'm gonna have to go back and see if we did get some nice memorable moments by him, because I emphasize this a lot over distribution. I would rather have like memorable moments. Like I would value more memorable moments than the amount of lines you get, you know what I'm saying? But emergency here, I love how it follows it up right after We Know, but then it leads it into crazy form because it rallies everyone together. It's an anthem, and then we go full-blown anthem when we go into crazy form, you know what I'm saying? So, like, this song is crazy. Let me bring it up here again. Let's go through it again from start to finish, point out my favorite parts and such, and let me hear out more so the instrumentation going on in the song. I love that, like, singular synth that's in the back there, I feel like. Yeah. Sounds of the people. I heard birds chirping earlier. Now we got this dirty kick drum snare coming into play. See what I'm saying? With the vocal layering and the emphasis on certain moments in the song. That kind of vocal consideration, the considerations of how the vocals should be done is very well thought out. I love the dramatic, sudden moments with the string work coming into play. Mentioning of a choir here, let's start by turning up the volume. Fire, let's get our pitchforks in. Let's get the fire. Turn in this choir. Okay, so if this is not wrong, right? Euyang coming into play here. I do think this is a memorable moment, as I mentioned earlier here with the choir. Let's strike, you know? This is the rallying moment in the song. Rolling of the epic timpani drums. Absolutely love those epic timpani drums coming into play here. Snare drum work. Man, that bass work. Combination of the snare drum work. Jongho's moments with the ad-lib work is insane. And give it to my mans. I love this choir work coming into play with my man's Mingi here. Oh my goodness. I am such a sucker for songs that not only take this theatrical kind of manner, but you're coming through with also orchestral work. You're coming through with that choir work, you know, you're making things dramatic yet epic, right? But not too over the top. this is what I'm saying. I love when Ateez does things to a certain extent. Like, sure, they can go all out with it, but like they know how to tone it down, bring it down, and you know, keep us engaged. You know what I'm saying? Those kind of wavelengths coming into play, right? They know what they're doing, you know? Heavy beliefs that have changed over time. Like, that's the thing, when it gets deeper than this, when he talks about heavy beliefs that carry on, like, from, like, family to family, over the centuries and decades or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's like, this is the right of way, this is the right of way, but it's okay to go against the grain. It is always okay. Go and really advocate for what you think is right and what you think is wrong, you know what I'm saying? Like, stand up. When will my emergency like status disappear? Like, seize this moment now, because you never know when it's gone. When it's gone, you can't really stand up and, you know, take action, you know what I'm saying? So why not go for it and take that leap of faith right now? I love the ticking of the hi-hats here. Rolling those drums. Yeah, and that beeper sound effect coming into play. Hold up, transitioning into here. Yeah, I love the synthesizer work coming into play here. But the chords, just the overall chord progression and movement here. Tapping of the drums. Don't stop our night. Fill the world with our shouts. Bum. 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 The passion, the drive in this song. Oh, I love it. Yo, I have a feeling that this is probably gonna be one of my longest like album reviews out there. If I don't need to split this album review into half into two separate videos, I'm just saying here, because the quality is still there, but like it just seems like they have really elevated themselves into this full album. And I'm not saying that as a bad thing, I'm saying that as a good thing, so don't get it twisted, you feel me? But makes me wonder how the other tracks are gonna go. This kind of follow-up and then it goes into crazy form is so crazy to think about, just track listing wise. Usually I talk about this at the end of my album reviews, but I needed to get this off my chest right away. But that kind of succession from We Know, Emergency to Crazy Form is insane in itself. But hey, let's just dive into the next track now. So this next B-side is titled Arriba. Absolutely love the titling of this song, especially hearing it during the track preview. Got a lot of that Latin influence, and I'm sure this song's gonna pack a lot of spice and punch to it. But I'm seeing Eden, Olander, Maddox, Pepperoni, Olive, Hongjun, and Mingi yet again on the lyrics. But I'm gonna bring it up here right away, of course, and let's dive into it. Love the hi-hat work here. Yes! San though, wait, this is San? Squeaking of the door sound effects coming in play. Wow, this is actually San. I'm surprised. Oh, yes. Just the overall movement into the song conveys truly what Arriba is all about. Let's go. A reason for a moment. Yes, indulge in the moment. Okay, they had to add the skirt. Arriba. I love how playful they are with the skirt. Ooh, some steel hands coming into play for sure. Yes, Mingy. I love how playful in the moment he is here. Oh yeah, Sungjoon. Coming through a different approach here. More so dragging his lines. Still having some staccato moments. Oh, that snare work. The breathing, the intentional breathing in the back there. Or percussion work. But I love that steel pan work that's coming into play. That ringing that you're hearing, that steel pan work. Okay, 808 claps. Rolling the drums. Okay, the skirt. I love the timing of that with the drum work. It works, low key. Love the woodwind work. Oh my goodness. Well, speak of the devil, right there with the woodwind work, the flute. And for those who are familiar with the channel, someone who has played flute in the back in the high school days, really appreciate that flute woodwind work coming into play, adding more spice than more than it should for the song in a good way. But Arriba, truly about indulging in the moment, living in the moment as you should be, and specifically at night, like living in the nightlife and all, letting go of your fears and just immerse yourself, enjoy yourself simply, right? It's that straightforward to it. It's nothing too complicated with it, and something to have to decipher when in regards to the lyrics and the attitude and energy that is being put in this song. You feel me? So it's like, first of all, I think right away, I gotta address this right away. I think Mingy, or this classic Ateez interlude with the fix on and all, is everything. I love that moment so much, and then just how it transitions us into verse 2 with him and all. But like, I'm talking about Mingy, I'm talking about San, I'm talking about Yeosang. They had crazy moments for at least them that have mentioned here, and there's a lot of addictive moments that really get to you, and then there's these earwormy candy like ear moments with the skirt. It works and it sticks because it's very cohesive with that drum kit work, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not off-putting. Most of the time when I hear the word skr in the K-pop scene, I'm gonna be real with you, I don't mess with it, because it's either not necessary, or it's used as a filler, B, or C, it doesn't work, right? It doesn't work because it's so out of place, right? I feel like some people would have mixed feelings about the score for this song and how much it's been used in this song. For some, it might be over too much. For myself, I think it sticks. So, for me, stylistically wise, it works. Was it necessary? Probably not necessary, but it adds to that energy and hype that you love in this song, right? And it really gets you off your feet and makes you want to dance all night long, you feel me? As it should do, right? In terms of the energy, right? So I'm gonna bring it up here again. We're gonna go through it again. Hey, hey, hey. We're on the drums. I'm just so shocked by this moment by San. The mood. The squeaking. That squeaking of the door and all type sampling. We love it. It works. Arriba. Yeah, see what I'm saying, Sangwa? He has his moments as, well... Why is this the most replayed? Am I skipping something here? Yes, of course. I can't skip this moment, okay? Yeosang, how he really sets it up here, the La Cucaracha, and just how fluid he is with the delivery on that, and how on the spot, on the dot he is with it. It's very addictive, right? Just in conjunction with that snare drum work, I want to hear out this either this intentional breathing or this percussion work. Oh yeah, that is percussion work. That sounds like intentionally breathing, but that percussion work, right? I love that percussion work coming into play. Oh, just the dynamic control being heard here with Jongho, how he raises it up. The steel pans coming into play here, the ringing that you're hearing. Yeah. Crazy. Kick drum, snare work, bass. And then once we followed up here, yes. This dialogue type of moment, this interlude that we love to hear in music when it's implemented correctly. Oh guys, it was really fun. I'm gonna go and have fun, you know. So I feel like this is moving on to another bar type moment almost, or moving the party somewhere else, because it's not stopping. Like Pinocchio. It really goes to show you the approach by Mingi and Hongjoon is not always the same. It's not predictable. It's always something that you can really enjoy and hold on to and grab onto, but also it's something that you can never expect how they're going to approach certain songs, whether it's title track, B-side wise. With that being said, I feel like in a way, Arriba has to be one of the top contenders of title track wise here, not gonna lie. Like, even though it's not necessarily so up my alley in terms of taste personally, I think this would be fun as a promotional title track or promotional B-side coming into play. Oh, that hard-hitting drum kit work with Hongjoon. Here comes the squeaking again. Every time with Yeosang, I think he has one of the top memorable moments in this song. It's like washboards or something when it comes to the percussion work here. This tumbling type of movement with the drum kit, where with the skirt, skirt, skirt. I love the timing of it. I can't emphasize that enough. But yeah, with that and the 808 bass. We not only get that, we get 808 claps coming into play right here. Really feeling that nightlife here. That flute, that woodwind instrument here. Like, you hear what I'm saying as it's progressing, these added nuances of brand new instruments or different movements of the instruments or how it's done rhythmically. Like, it's so cool. Like, pattern-wise. Arriba! Come through with that flute. Oh, so good, y'all. So good. But we gotta keep this roller coaster and train going, everyone, and let's get into the next B-side now. So this next B-side is titled Silver Light, aka my most anticipated B-side, coming off of the album preview, as some of y'all may already know. Listen, I am such a sucker for retro 80s, 90s influenced songs, but especially when it possibly takes the synthwave route. But also on top of that, if you're making it very melodic heavy with it and it has a lot of vocal moments, I'm gonna appreciate the song the heck out of it. You feel me? And I'm sure this is gonna be more melodic compared to the previous tracks. I'm gonna take that guess there, but I'm gonna bring it up here right away. Silver Light, let's go. Eunjun and Mingi, yet again on the lyrics, something to mention, of course. With everyone behind the scenes. Okay. Ooh, I love the bass line here. Ooh, love the vocal emphasis here. Woo. Man, this is very synth-driven so far. And I love how it is starting to become very synth-driven with it. Oh, pre-chorus with Mingi though. That's a surprise. Here we go. Oh, yo, yes, break through the darkness. Not only that, the lyrics that I'm seeing here, very meaningful with it. Okay, followed up with a post-chorus. I also love the vocoder work coming into play with the members during the post-chorus here. Oh, that synthesizer work. Whoa, Eunjun. Last man standing. Oh, he really upped the ante here, Mingi. I don't mind being blind. I'm willing. Like, I don't mind taking this rough patch, this rough journey. Because, hey, I'm gonna follow that silver light at the end of the tunnel. Woo! Wow. And I love how the amount of syllables in the post-chorus is very fitting. Like, it's not off-putting. Very pretty with it. Oh yeah, still building it up. Oh no, he did not just do that. Oh yes, sing it. Wow, that transition in the post-chorus. The harmonization too. Yo. Usually when I have a good gut feeling, it ends up being right. And that's the case for Silver Light here. Okay? Not only it's so up my alley in terms of taste, it is so spot on in terms of this encouraging message that's really encouraging us all to really go for it. Have that determination, build up that resilience inside, but like, most importantly, to let us know and remind us that there's always a silver light in this dark tunnel that you may be experiencing, that you're going through currently, or whenever. There's always going to be that silver light, or even that slight moment where you can capture it and just power it through. Right? So that's what I'm getting here, and that is crazy in terms of how the lyrics played out, right? But also, I feel like a lot of people, like, sure, are gonna reference the likes of Cyberpunk coming into play, but I think you gotta also mention one of the greatest songs that they've done in the past before is Take Me Home, without a doubt. I think Take Me Home needs to be mentioned as well. I love how now we got Silverlight. You could add Silverlight right up there with Take Me Home and Cyberpunk. You feel me? But yeah, this song, I love how arrangement-wise it provides this nice follow-through with the post-chorus. Definitely one of my top favorite moments in this song aside from the chorus. But I loved that we get these extra added nuanced moments that we would not expect. You know what I'm saying? In Silverlight here. Yeol-sang, wow, he was given lines and he took that opportunity and showed what he was truly all about in this one as well. And yeah, I feel like this is probably going to be the song that's going to have the 10 out of 10 like longevity to it in terms of the genre and influence utilized in this. Don't get me wrong, because I'm still going to listen to the other B-sides that I covered so far in this album review and first listen, but Silverlight is just that song for me that I feel like really takes the cake, at least for group B-sides, because we still got to get into the unit B-sides of Chorus. But Silverlight, wow, Silverlight is a song to mess with for sure. So let's go through it again. So we're going to talk about each and every single section in this song. We got this bass line being set. Done in this almost chugging kind of manner. Just the command, his vocal command on this song, Yeol-sang, is everything, right? Just the command and attack. Woo. I love the chords being played here, the chord progression to it. I like how they mention here a shelter of final destination, right? For now, this is my shelter. This is my safe space. This is where I'm going for. And I'm going to make the use out of it, you know, to go towards that final destination where I want to be at personally. Whether it's, you know, a certain spot in life or the means of finding success. Break through the darkness. Oof, follow the silver light. Yes. It's brighter than you think. Like, even though you may feel like you're at your lowest of lows, and you may, just through the thick and thin, my man's saying here, Yasang, through the rainstorm, through the darkness, fly away into the daylight, getting close to paradise. Woo! What a golden evergreen line here. So iconic with it, am I right? And I love that vocoder work coming into play. Whether it be Yeosang or Songhwa, because to be fair, it's hard to tell with the vocoder work coming into play. I'm telling you guys, one of the best rap lines in K-pop to date. Oh my goodness. I call it brilliant light. I love how aggressive the synths coming into play here. The synth riff work coming into play for Mingi here. It intensifies. It fades out. More vocal heavy effect work with Hongjun. From the electronic drum kit work, the ticking of the hi-hats, where the keyboard work coming into play, I love it. Very snappy with that drum kit work. Daylight. Wow. That kind of succession in the post-chorus is pretty cool too. And then we have this bridge. I was really anticipating a rap moment here. Peak climax moment, the build-up, the final climax, the release by Jongho. What's there not to love? So my other favorite part in the song is definitely the climax of the song. The final wrap-up, per se. Ah, Jongho's moments. The twinkling of those synthesizers, those electronic instruments coming into play, instrumentation coming into play, I should say. Incredible, y'all. That's another 10 out of 10. And I would say another promotional B-side that I could totally see them promote and all. Like, that song was just that drop dead gorgeous. The best way I should say it. But oh my goodness. I love especially how melodic heavy it is with it, you know. And we also got more than we could ask for, special rap moments in the song nearing the end of the song to additionally put the cherry on top, per se. But let me know your thoughts, everyone. How are you feeling so far about this album midway through? If you made it this far with me, let me know in the comment section down below. let me know your thoughts about Silver Light right now, because this song, I can't be the only one feeling a special type of way, and how this song is just a complete full vibe, and I especially love the lyricism and overall message coming into play here. That's very straightforward, to the point and all. But let me know your thoughts, and let's just dive into the next track now. All right, everyone, now we are moving on to the interlude, I believe, here, called Crescent Part 2. Remember Treasure Episode 3, One to All? Hey, it seems like things are pretty much going here full circle, maybe? Let me know in the comment section down below, but I love how they're following up with a Part 2 here, but also implementing an interlude in a full album, which you don't get often in the K-pop scene, honestly. At least from what I've seen personally. I've seen it more in the, you know, mainstream or Western scene and all, and just in general outside the K-pop scene. But I'm gonna bring it up here, and let's hear this out, this interlude with Crescent Part 2. Ooh, that string work. Almost like the sound of the wind. Ooh, that flute work. Great percussion work. This is like the new beginning almost. This is like the actual silver light at the end of the tunnel, I feel like. Sounds of the waves. And did I hear just like, you know, this so almost like all aboard type of moment? It's time to depart. It's time to move on. Oh, wow. Okay, there's a lot to really take in, even though it is just an interlude in itself. Like, it's just setting foot, you know, we're setting foot on a new adventure with Ateez, pretty much. Like, this was so beautiful. Orchestral work, the sounds of nature coming into play, right? Everything being considered here. Like, this got me a little bit of chills, not gonna lie, during the moment of this song. But maybe moving on towards paradise, or setting foot on a new adventure and journey, right? Onto maybe even a new beautiful world beyond what was happening, right? With like everything going down, and like we needing that emergency with track 2, the B-side and all. But yeah, that's a lot to consider and think about interlude wise. But let's just dive into the next track now. So this next B-side is titled Dreamy Day. So right after that interlude, we're moving on to like a new phase, I'm assuming, right here, or moments in the album, because every time when we are met with an interlude that's slotted in between an album, it's utilized as a nice transitioner into the next song, assumingly. So hopefully that's the case here with Dreamy Day. Additionally, I want to mention here, of course, we have Hongjoon and Mingi on the lyrics, but we have Hongjoon on the composing side as well, and arrangement side. We love to see it. We more than love to see it. Let me bring it up here right away, and let go. This is a whole different vibe, like just the start of the song. Wait, what year are we in? This is really giving off early Ateez days. Very light on its feet. Something that I really loved from Ateez at the time. Love the shakers here. That we have been hiding without even having to say it. Oh, what is this pre-chorus with Sando? Yo, That's what I'm talking about. Love how there's a stomping motion going on in the song, but most importantly, how beautiful the melodies are. It's always been like that. You're the main character of my... Whoa! Getting a lot more flamboyant with it, per se, with Mingi. Courage to overcome rather than fear. Okay. I'm really getting the sense of what they're putting down here. At this stream, I don't want to wake up because this is the perfect reality of what I want, where there's peace, love in the world, and just unity, most importantly. Yeah. Cherishing all the good times. Living in the moment in time, yeah. Wow. Yo. Sing it. Wow. This hopeful kind of direction and vocal delivery is everything. Wow, that was powerful in a special way where I'm saying, hey, you know, like, it's not the energy that we're getting way early on, and even in the last couple of albums, this is early Ateez that we love and know. They're more so light, bouncy, sweet releases that they've done in the past before. Loved Yeosang in this song, loved Sungwon in this song, and it's obviously in the moments where Jongho really shining in the end there. Yeah. This is such a sweet song, but this sort of all together type of level, right? It is a bridge, honestly, that we need in music and in general in life. Because I can't emphasize this enough, what Ateez is putting here is pretty much about unity. Pretty much about, you know, like, even though there's tough times, there's still, you know, times to really cherish, but also just living in the moment, indulging in the moment. That was mentioned briefly by Arriba, right? But more so, like, being in this together. We're all in this together, and let's make it through together, right? Even though times may be tough, hold on to those moments, right? Even the little sub moments that you may not notice right away, right? Like, cherish those moments, live in the moment, right? That is a beautiful message right there in itself, everyone. Wow, this has to be in my top 3 echelon of B-sides group track wise. I say that because we still got the unit tracks right after this, of course, but man, what a powerful, uplifting song at the end of the day. I'm gonna briefly skim through it. There's nothing too crazy arrangement wise and all, but like, I want to point out the lines that really stuck out to me, meaningful wise and all. I love the plucks going on here at the start, the digital plucks. It's like a warm hug. Very consoling type of song. Yo, Songhwa in this song really provides this positive, you know, bright feeling in the song. It really adds to the vibe. It really does. See what I'm saying with the stomping motion? I love it. Whoa, whoa. I hope this stream day starts with you and has no end, you know? I hope we're in this together. I hope we stay together. It could correlate two ways, whether it's the fandom or just as a whole, as one big happy family, as a world, right? Even though there's that one off day that has, like, you know, really shined and made like your year slightly better, you know, let it be, you know, indulge in that moment. Don't push against it, right? Let even an impactful and interesting scene be forgotten for a day or two. But sure, it goes away, but that endless dreamy day can come again, right? You're the main character of what getting a little playful here. Oh, I love this approach by Mingi. Like, how can you go so hard in the paint but also bring this bright approach to a song like this? These were significant lines as well. Whoa, we should keep in mind, you and me, and in this moment. Keep it in mind. Keep it on the lockdown. Courage to overcome rather than fear. Obviously, it can be lost in translation, but let's have the courage to overcome this together, right? Rather than fear for the rest of our lives, right? There's no good in just simply fearing for what's to come. And then as we progress, hope the stream starts, all the memory is never gonna fade away, right? And then just the vocal moments that we get from Jongho is everything. Love how they do Sing It, Uri. Love these keyboard piano chords coming into play. A lot of emphasis on all together to really emphasize the point and intentions and message in this song. So good, y'all. What a beautiful song, and really pretty much throwing it back to the early days of Ateez, right? So like pretty much bringing it full circle after the interlude, but the interlude provided a beautiful transition in Dreamy Day. Like, I could imagine myself going from top to bottom, no skips, no shuffle mode. Going from the interlude into Dreamy Day would be a perfect transition. I can, no doubt about it, I can tell already. But hey everyone, I really appreciate this song. Let's dive into the other tracks now. So this next B-side is titled Matz, the very first unit track between Songhwa and Hongjoon, of course, the mom and dad, aka of the group, you feel me? But I'm really interested in how this particular unit track is gonna go, because not only it is a unit track between the two of them, I remember this song going very hard in the paint based on the album preview, to the point where I felt like it had to be really hip-hop heavy with it. So let me bring it up here right away, everyone, and let's go. Oh, what an intro here. Hey. Wow, just the distortion. Really boomy bass. Oh, okay, Seonghwa. Good explode. Look, we spit on a smile. Whack. Ooh, the attitude is everything. The attitude is like oozing in this, as well as the confidence. We love to hear it. 어떡해? Our chemistry explodes. Love it. Man, the hook in this song is very prominent and explosive with it, as it mentions. Excuse me, someone? Already quite on fire. Tell him. Whoa! I did not expect Hongjoon to pick it up right away there. Whack. I love that delivery of whack. Hey. 어떡해? 위험해. 어떡해? Hey. Oh, so catchy with it. But the chemistry between the two of them is so fire right now. Oh, the vocal layering here is so cool. Just the layers here.
We're going straight to the breaking news concerning the two men
Breaking news?
after the fire set on stage due to arson.
Arson?
Where are they?
Oh my. Hey. Matt's coming right here. Tell him. I'll be right back. Oh my goodness. What a fire duo. Yet fire. Punchline P type of unit song here. They really set things on fire with this one. So pretty much you're telling me between the two of them, they either had to choose violence or violence. A lot of aggressiveness in this, you know what I'm saying? In you know, a fun kind of manner, I should say. But Seonghwa's voice, just the way that he can like stretch his voice like that, and or make it deep, and like that kind of modulation and the range that he has showcased, like, is incredible. Like, this is quite the new side to Seonghwa for sure. But also, like, I love just the overall dynamic between Seonghwa and Hongjoon, between the two of them. You feel me? Like, this was really something that you wouldn't have expected in terms of getting a unit track like this alone, or a unit track in general. And the fact that we're being blessed right now with all these unit tracks, including this one, Matz, between Seonghwa and Hongjoon, is absolutely everything. Something to additionally mention is they were solely on the lyrics for this song, so you could really sense that level of creativity and influence upon this song, just how they went with their own lyrics. And I'm sure they, you know, had a lot of influence on in terms of their flow and all, and how they worked upon each other, right? So just the slight moments, how they transitioned upon each other and played upon each other, was so smooth with it and clinical. And then you got Hongjoon, right, on the composing, on the arrangement side of things, with others in coming into play. We more than love to see it. But I'm gonna bring it up here, skim through it a bit. But I can't emphasize this enough. The hook to this Fire song is amazing. It goes crazy wild with it. So this is the intro. Make it rain now. Ooh. Just the buzzing. Man, now he switches up his flow here. You should get some sleep. Allergy. I love the rhyme scheme too. But seeing what I'm saying, how Seonghwa really stretches his voice, but also the modulation, or he brings it up, he lowers it. Like, we're going into crazy areas with Seonghwa and Hongjoon. These people are dizzy. These are my children. What a line. If you know, you know. 어떡해. Dangerous. 어떡해. Alright. Verse 2. Okay, before that. Yeah. Man, I love how he lists the currency. I pay euro, pay dollar, pay yen, won, pay blah blah blah. I have it all, you know. You name it. Oh wait, yeah, I paid already. I mean, facts there. Facts. True. But just how Hongjoon picks it up here is insane. Rapid fire cannon fashion. I won't live in shame, whether it be on or off stage. I feel like this is calling people out. This is calling the industry out, right? Calling also, you know, them creepy people, them weirdos, right? Just don't sell numbers without sources, right? Enjoy the numbers. There's some call outs here for sure. 어떡해. But as we progress and progress, light it up. So that timing of that, the light it up, right? Just the chemistry is so explosive to the point they lit it up, right? Man, I wonder what the performance would be like between the two of them in terms of like the staging and all. But here comes the news, the interlude, pretty much, to the song.
Where are they?
Oh, that synth work, that 808 bass, that percussion work here. Go, 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 go. That's crazy, y'all. Unexpected, but oh wow, they really exceeded expectations, at least for me in this one, based on the album preview. I didn't know what I was expecting, right? It was just the instrumental, but them too coming into play. Matz, woo, wow, that was a fire. I can't emphasize that enough. You know, nothing too over the top experimental, but more so a breath of fresh air, doing something different and coming through with these unit songs. And I'm sure they're going to show even more different sides to them as these duos and units. And then eventually we'll get into Jungho's solo, of course. But let's just get into the next unit track now. So this next unit track is between Yeosang, San, and Euyang. Forgot to mention that we have a trio unit track pretty much here between the three of them. And yeah, it's called It's You. I'm seeing here that Yeosang, San, and Euyang took part on the lyrics. That makes sense with Eden, Olander, Maddox, Pepperoni, Olive, and Door. Now we got Door added into the mix, but Door has been on the group tracks. Something to mention there that I forgot to mention earlier on that I want to correct, of course. But yeah, I'm really interested in how the overall dynamic, just alone, like just the three of them together for this particular unit track. So I'm gonna bring it up here right away, everyone, and let's go. Oh, has a nice bounce to it so far. Okay, this song's already a vibe. Flashing light. Go, go. Wow. San. Oh my goodness. I love the keyboard work here with him here. Sing it. Here we go. Till the break of dawn. Oh my goodness. Euyang's lyrics here though. His lines. I love it. Wow, these lines are so prominent with it and memorable. That is what we create. Crescent? Oh, the follow-up at Yeosang. Aha! Man, these lines here that I'm seeing. Peter Pan. Yeah. Very clever with it, with these lyrics. I gotta admit. Yo. This is a vibe of a song that... This is a type of cruising type of song, you feel what I'm saying? Like, in the evening at night. 괜찮아. I love the subtlety here by Yeosang. Yo. I love the overall dynamic between the three of them here too. Like every single moment in the song and section is so smooth with it. A lot of clarity in the delivery. And especially I want to emphasize the clarity in the delivery of the lines I want to mention there. But this song, It's You, I think it really sticks so far. I'd say my favorite B-side in terms of personal taste, don't get me twisted, I really loved Matz, but It's You is really up in my alley in terms of taste. I'm talking about heavy vocal work, great ad-lib work coming from my man's Young. His lines too, the lyrics were very prominent and memorable. I would say one of my top favorite lines and lyrics off of this entire full album, believe it or not. Who's here with me? Let me know in the comment section down below. But, from Young, then to San's vocal moments that he has in this, like, you gotta appreciate for what he does in Ateez. One of the best lead vocalists, right, in the K-pop scene, and it's like, this really makes me want to desire something even more beyond It's You. Like, I'm talking about, like, something stylistically like this for the entire group would be so cool. And then Yeosang, he is a gem and a half. Can we say that, right? He's a gem and a half who really shines in this unit track more prominently. That's what I love about these unit tracks. All of the members get to showcase even more what they got, right? Their skill set and even how more multifaceted they are. But I'm going to bring it up here yet again, and we're going to go through it, everyone. We're going to go through it again because the song was really good as well. I love the extra bounce to this song at the start here. But I think arrangement-wise, this song's cool too. All day, night. Go. See what I'm saying with the ad-lib work? Even though it doesn't show in this lyric video. Whether it be the layering, the ad-lib work, so on point. You hear that keyboard work, the chords being played? Oh, hold up. What is that in the back there? Like a MIDI, some sort of woodwind instrument in the back, the far back there. Oh, the layers here, I love it. Break that down. Just how my man's delivers it. Just that kind of delivery and direction. I love it. Definitely one of my favorite moments in the song. And as we progress here, what is cool is that I feel like we get another interlude here. This album is filled with interludes. Not only just one interlude track by itself, but within these songs. Some plucks coming into play here. Yeah, pretty much an interlude into this really cool moment between San and Yeosang. This line had to be one of the most prominent lines for me. Freely, without any distractions, there are no boundaries of dreams, joyful. So it's painting a common pattern that we've been discussing throughout this album review. Peter Pan. The risers here. Break it down. Oh my goodness. Oh, I am so snatched by these specific lines by Young. Probably like hands down my favorite moment by Yeosang in this particular unit song. You and I together. I mean, let's leave to our own world. You know, let's go into our own world. Have fun. Let go of all those fears and worries. I can't even imagine how the choreo would go for this song, like, or maybe a crazy stage up setup would be for this, right? Maybe with some cool props coming into play. That's dope. That is a dope unit song right there, everyone. Definitely so far my favorite out of the other unit tracks, even though I haven't finished all of the unit tracks and Jungha's solo yet. So that makes me really interested in what Mingi and Yeno is gonna do. You know, what they're gonna do for their unit song, right? Like, that album preview, I've got to admit, a lot of memorable moments, right? And things that I can recall. But mind you, it's been a while since I reacted and checked out to the album preview. So I'm going to be even more for the surprise for the final stretches of this album review and full album. So let's just get into the next unit track now. So this next unit track between Yunho and Mingi is titled Youth. Absolutely love the titling of this song, but makes me wonder what are the lyrics going to be for this song provided by both Mingi and Yunho, both of them being the sole lyricist. But something to note here, Mingi took part on the composing and arrangement side in the forefront, but also I'm seeing new names and then a familiar collective here. So we have Long Drive, Kwaimo, not too familiar with them. I'm going to have to look them up after this album review, but The Need has worked with a good amount of my favorite artists out there. We're talking about Vibby. Still got to cover more of her works on the channel, or even for the first time. I have a lot to catch up in regards to her latest releases, but also has worked with 12, but also in conjunction with 12 has worked with the likes of Infinite. I'm talking about for the solo acts, especially speaking Woohyun, right? Woohyun, there is this one song by The Need. I'm gonna search it up here. Yeah, it's called Crying Baby by Nam Woohyun of Infinite. And I highly recommend you guys check out that song, as well as the likes of Party Girl by Dongwoo from Infinite. If you really enjoyed Youth here, you're gonna probably get the same stylistic feel or a similar type of feel in those two songs. But those two songs, slightly different vibes. One's more uplifting. The other one is very passionate with a lot of overflowing emotions that gets to you, and all in a medium pace type of tempo. So highly, highly recommend Crying Baby by Woohyun, everyone. But I'm going to bring it up here right away. Youth by Yunho and Mingi. Let's see what they got in store for us. Let's go. Ooh, I love the piano here and the strumming. Wow. Why is it so hard? So it's like proposing questions to oneself. Ooh. Just how we get this clear vocal work by Yunho is everything so far. Love the drum kit work in conjunction with him. Okay, Mingi. So this has to be the initial verse, right? Adults at that one word called Youth. Oh my goodness. Wow. Did you enjoy that time? Was happiness greater than pain? Okay. Wow, this really hits all different sorts of levels, lyricism wise, but also emotion wise. Ooh. Where's the place to rest? Whoa, hold up. I was not ready for this. I want to lean on you. Ooh, that drum kit work. What did I do so wrong? I just got chills. Oh my goodness. This is a really good question to ask this day and age. But no matter whether you're old as Ateez, me, or at that stage of having to decide from several different paths in life and all, there's this always inner child in you that's always wants to go back in the day, in the simpler days where you had lesser responsibilities and time to enjoy life. But another question that was proposed as well is, happiness outweighed the sadness, or something along the lines of that, you feel me? And that's something that really hit deep down inside, because the fact that we have to outweigh, try to outweigh the negatives that are occurring and what's drawing and sucking the soul out of our lives is crazy to think of, right? And there's this, that's why there's a lot of importance of doing what you want to do career-wise, and even though it may be difficult, like sometimes you have to have additional points to get to another point, right? It can't be point A to point B right away. Maybe you have to go A, B, C, D, E, and F, and G. You know what I'm saying? So youth here, wow, I feel like I gotta emphasize the point of lines, especially Mingi coming into play. I love the hook that's done in this. Really laying the foundations of this song and laying the right kind of emotions that should be put upon this particular type of song. But I want to go through it again and point out those lines that really stuck out to me, guys. Seriously, it's just that good. The sentimental piano, love it. The strumming. Wow. What did I do so wrong? Where did things go wrong? You know what I'm saying? Reminiscing about the youth, those times, but also late at night thinking, about all this stuff, right? The time of day where you'd be contemplating life things, thinking about things heavily. So this is the initial part where it's like, oh my goodness, right straight to the point with the chorus to really deliver a straight message. But these verses go very deep in the paint with it and gets very specific. I don't care, no. What are you depressed and upset about? You know, this question, like, sometimes you have to stop and think these stuff. Like, sometimes you gotta stop and ask yourself. It is a complicated world. Heart is biting me in when it shouldn't, but it's not letting me go. This is another good line here. I don't know the answer, my head hurts. I don't know all the answers to these questions at the end of the day. Sometimes I'm up, sometimes I'm down. Maybe, like, just like he said later on, along the lines of, like, happiness, joy outweighing this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's very complicated. You know, it's not a one yes or no type of answer. It's something that needs to be resolved soon or later on. You don't know when, but that's how it is when you go through life on your journey. That one word called youth. They're saying that sorrow is joy and to enjoy the present, right? So it's like they're saying that, hey, sorrow right now means, hey, and whatever you're toughing it out through is gonna be joy eventually. To enjoy the present right here. They're saying words, right? They're saying words. They're only saying words that are getting harder to hear. Like, what? I have to run into this now? I'm already suffering and struggling with this, but I have to have to also have this on my plate. You know what I'm saying? Like, oof. There's like more beyond your own problem. There's societal problems that affect you. There's things that are out of your control, which you gotta remind yourself, everyone. Was happiness greater than pain? This pain, is it all temporary? Does it linger? And is this happiness? Goodness. I'm too young. And sometimes you gotta remind yourself, you're at that age where it's like, you know, you're too young and you just gotta say no. You gotta just block it out. And just like they're saying, referencing drinking and all, it's temporary, right? It's temporary to just brush it off. Like, am I able to shake it off, right? Am I able to shake off these lingering things that are going on and these continuous moments and events going on, right? Like, is this actually going through these events is gonna better me? In a way, yes. Sometimes no. There's no exact answer. There is no exact yes or no, true or false type of answers. It's endless type of answers. You know what I'm saying? And then as we progress here, I believe this is the bridge, if I'm not mistaken, right? This is where I went crazy, because like just how we're sent here pretty much to the sky. Love the rudimental drum kit work here. And then they bring it back with Mingi with the post-chorus here. They bring it together here. 20-year-old wind. Here's the thing, the direction of the wind always changes. That's what they're connecting on the lines of, I feel like. As like, the direction, it's not just one straight path, it's all over the place. You don't know. Sometimes you gotta take a left or right. Sometimes you gotta go north. Sometimes you gotta go south. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a struggle. It's a challenge every day. But sometimes you always wanted a place to rest. But you ask yourself, where's the place to rest? When is the time where I can just take a break from all this noise and what's going on right now? I love how the main theme and message is set with the chorus right away, and just that verse 1 with Mingi. But between the two of them, the chemistry is so on point, and this song was so deep with it. Maybe I went too deep with it with this particular song, but this is a comfort type of song that gives you a big hug. This really consoles you, right? And if anything, my heart goes out to our boys, goes out to them, and I'm just glad that they're at this stage, right? They're getting even more and more recognition, and it's only a matter of more releases in time where more people really recognize them for their efforts, most importantly, not just talents, but their efforts and just the considerations, what they do for themselves, for the industry, for all of us out here. We all have a comfort song by Ateez. This has to be one of them, but also songs where, we can get an escape from reality, pretty much, is what I want to say is the TLDR. But yeah, we gotta move on. We gotta continue. Let's get into Jungho's solo now. All right, so here we are, the final track here before we get into the outro, of course. Jungho and his song titled Everything. I know I mentioned how here and there, like, quote unquote, this and this is literally everything, but I feel like it's gonna go on along the lines of that, maybe about a significant other one, quite possibly, assumingly it is a solo song, right? On along the lines of that. So I'm gonna be really keeping my eye out in terms of the lyrics, but also gonna be trying to hone in on his vocal work for this song. It's gonna be amazing. Keep in mind, one of the individuals from Mono Tree took part on this. Jungho, of course, was all over this. Maddox as well. Oh yes, just the chimes there earlier. Just him being accompanied by the piano is so beautiful. Love the vocal layering here. Hurts to be stabbed by the lingering regrets. Lose myself. Oh, just the emotional release, it's so on point. I borrowed this song to talk about them. Just emotional release in You're My Everything as well. Oh, hold up. A twist? give you the song. The classic ending there, yes. That is how you do a ballad, everyone. That is how you do a ballad. I feel like whether you don't mess with ballads or you mess with ballads, you probably loved the song as much as I did. It was literally everything, had the right intentions, did not take the typical ballad route with it. The change up, not only once but twice in this song, was crazy, and just how he raises the high note like that was crazy. It really makes you feel like almost you're like that significant other one, but in a way it's like there's this yearning, right? You feel for Jongho in a way where this song really portrays this sort of unconditional love that's very deep with it, and it's everlasting, but like at the same time it's like nobody is to point fingers at. Not really my fault, wasn't really your fault at the end of the day, but more so I miss you. And it's damn difficult to find someone that can be your quote-unquote everything, right? I'm pretty sure we can all agree to that. But just the way that they top it off this album with an amazing ballad by Jongho is everything, right? And just the lyrics was outstanding. Yet coupled with the great piano work, the drum kit work to provide that emotional emphasis coming into play, and I believe near the end, maybe even some string work. I was just so lost for words and in the moment there where he elevated himself. But like, I really want to really point out some favorite moments and parts going on in this particular song. So wow, that was a lot to take in, everyone. Not gonna lie. So initially, right away here, now something to keep in mind here, everything, you're my everything, that doesn't mean like, you know, a partner. Like, this could be a very significant person in your life as well, right? That's with that kind of intention as well. The chimes, that transition was beautiful yet majestic with it. Why was just one word enough for me, you know? Let me fast forward here. I turned away and thought it would be okay. At one point I thought it would be okay, but now I feel so hurt because I have these lingering regrets stuck with me that simply pop out every now and then, you know, so suddenly. Had you ever had a moment where you had thoughts suddenly pop out in the most randomest moments, or regrets? Are you trying to run away because you can't face it? This is asking to oneself here. This is portraying all of that, you know, the self-reflection type of moment and all the regrets from that one certain event with the significant other one or something like that. But, like, you're my everything, if only I could turn back. See what I'm saying here? There's so much regrets and pain at the aftermath and all for what has happened already. The change up. Come on now. Bit of that electric guitar coming into play for sure. I won't even forget you even for a moment. That's crazy. That drop, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, y'all. I'm a mess. Like, I feel such a mess on the inside. Like, I'm lost for words. I think that pretty much sums up how I'm feeling here. Like, this was stunningly beautiful, yet jaw-dropping, and it really touches the heart. It was really consoling, and I feel like this has to be one of the few songs that, in a way, can provide at least some closure in a way. But literally, you know, from the initial verse, hitting the chorus right away, and giving us one of the best bridges in a solo song is more than we can ask for. Seriously. So that was incredible, everyone. We're going to move on to the outro, right? Fin will, and then I'll provide my concluding thoughts. Pretty much a TLDR of my favorite songs in order, and my final ranking and thoughts of the song of album, of course. Sorry, I'm just so stuck on everything here by Jongho. But let's get into the outro now. All right, last but not least, I believe we have the outro here. I say that because on one hand, nobody's on the lyrics, right? But on the other hand, this song, or outro, I should say, outro track, is 3 minutes and 3 seconds long. I feel like we're gonna be going on a crazy wrap-up experience, per se, with this one. So, Finwill, let's wrap it up here.
What does emotion mean to you?
What does emotion mean to you?
Are you still tormented by the pain from the past?
Tormented from the pain from the past.
Have you felt broken by sadness? Have you ever lost yourself in overwhelming fear? Have you ever felt so dumb that you wanted to be alone in this world?
To be alone in this world.
What does emotion mean to you?
What does emotion mean to you? Taking to the hi-hats here. Oh, just how it's panning in from the left to the right side of her ears.
Have memories of happiness ever lifted you up? Have you ever been inspired by a
What's
dream
your
that felt both far and clear?
Inspired by a dream.
Have you ever found comfort in the laughter of children?
Comfort and laughter of children.
Have you ever fallen in love?
Have you ever fell in love? Oh my goodness, it's all adding up now.
What does emotion mean to you?
It means everything. Ooh. This song, this outro really ties the knots together. Like it. What an auditory experience. I have not heard or seen a K-pop act, or group I should say, that came through an outro like this. And we know how good, like, Eden, Olander, and the collective, whether it be for Dreamcatcher, intros, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's only a few groups that I really mess with their intros and outros. It's Dreamcatcher, Ateez, Luna as a whole. Ooh. The fact that an outro can really evoke so much emotion from me, as you can tell here. All these feelings. And just how they really propose a question, what do emotions mean to you? Like, these questions, and just connecting the dots of all the themes, all the messages being conveyed, even delivering imagery wise throughout their eras, the music videos. If you really think about it, they've tackled so much. Whether it's the feelings of struggle, the feelings of sorrow, pain, distress, the feeling of stress, but also the feeling of courage that you need, but providing that and encouraging people and inspiring us all to really look forward to things in life, to experience things maybe we haven't experienced before, such as silver light. Looking at that silver light at the end of the tunnel amidst all this darkness and all of this darkest times and all. To Dreamy Day, to Arriba, enjoying the night, immersing yourself in the moment, in today at this time, whether it's the sound of the children laughing, right? That was mentioned as well, right? That correlates to youth, right? The good times in our childhood, but also, you know, even though kids can be annoying, there's also a side to you where you love the laughter of a baby or of something. You know what I'm saying? Like, these times we go through a lot of emotions, but you know, you gotta appreciate the emotional weight that this outro provides to really remind you to really live in the moment, right? Even though some of those emotions may be bad, may be negative, there's also other emotions that you have that, you know, are special, right? And, you know, just how it wraps it up like this with this uplifting message, but also in a way that is very nostalgic, right? It evokes a lot of nostalgia, right? But also, at the same time, there's more than this level of duality to this song. It tackles so much more. It also provides closure in a way. And it did for me in this experience. I want to say experience because this is not just a listening party. This was a full-blown experience, everyone. This was magical. This was unlike any other experience that I've had. This album, I would go as far as say as one of my favorite all-time albums, period, in the K-pop scene. And that's huge. That's huge. That's something to mention. Right up there with the greats, with the likes of Yunha, the likes of Kang Daniel's full album. There's several artists that I gotta mention, the likes of EXO, Infinite, the biggest group that got me into the K-pop scene initially and extended my love for K-pop in general. Fin Will, everyone. This is a type of album too that you can't go wrong from starting from the beginning and going all the way to the end with no shuffle mode. But all in all, my favorite B-sides, I'm gonna mention this right away here because I'm sort of pressing on time here. I don't want to make you guys stay here for too long. But Silverlight, I think so far, upon first listen, album review is my favorite B-side. Then We Know. I'm not gonna be surprised if We Know overtakes Silverlight, but then we have I really liked Emergency as well, but I think I'm gonna rate it by or choose my favorites group wise. I think it's gonna go be Silverlight, it's gonna go We Know, it's gonna go Dreamy Day, right? It's gonna go Dreamy Day, it's gonna go Emergency, then it's gonna go Arriba, Crescent Part 2. It's just an interlude, right? But it really transitions well between Silverlight into Dreamy Day, right? Into a new chapter, per se, a new journey. Then in terms of solos, I think I gotta give it to Youth. Maybe because I'm slightly biased, but just how meaningful that song is and the amount of nostalgia that it had and like the lyrics played out in that was incredible. Then I'd have to give it to It's You. Absolutely loved Young's lines in that particular song, but then Yeosang and Sun, really popped off, right? And then I would have to give it tied neck and neck with Matz and Everything. And then Fin Will is probably the best outro and experience that I've had in an album to wrap things up. Like, come on, not only that, you got Maddox on that track. Someone that I highly regard as a super duper underrated solo artist at the time, and now is working behind the scenes and doing Ateez justice, doing Dreamcatcher justice, right? Like, the people that he works for, you gotta appreciate them so much. So, like, this outro, this experience of Fin Will really makes things fully complete. Like, it references the themes and emotions that we get from the earlier songs, the first half of the album, as well as the second half of the album, as well as the previous eras that we got from Ateez title track wise. You feel me? Like, Ateez has covered a lot of title tracks that really are meaningful and come through with fitting patterns and approaches that are slightly different from the common message that is being put out. So, like, Ateez for me is pretty much like what Jongho says is everything. They have provided so much closure throughout this album for these specific B-sides, but also songs that, you know, I would go back upon on repeat or from time to time, such as Everything, because there's no way I can put that song on repeat without being a mess. I'll be a total complete mess and broken down if I put that song on repeat. But, you know, if anything, this goes to show you the artistry, the creativity, the considerations and the details, the nooks and crannies that has been done for this album. Like, this was a full-blown project. This was a full-blown project that had needed everyone to come together in one room and in different parts and things to be done, right? Like, I can't even imagine the amount of time, efforts of everyone behind the scenes, the staff people who are on the sidelines helping to facilitate things for things to go well. This was crazy, y'all. So obviously this was a 10 out of 10, 12 out of 10 masterpiece. This is album of the year. This is literally album of the year. Like, it's right up there with Ive, and at this point, I don't even know if I'm an exact number one album of the year. I think I'd probably do a tier list by the end of this year or in the new year. Let me know if you want to see something like that. It's not going to be one of those negative ones or unpopular opinion type ones by any means. But wow, guys, I am lost for words. Be sure to let me know your thoughts. Did you enjoy this album as much as I did? The World Episode Fin Will, second full album by Ateez. Let me know if you messed with any of my commentary today, my analysis from an objective standpoint, from a biased standpoint as well. I just love doing these album reviews every single time for Ateez and fellow Ateenies out there, and for myself. Just to experience something like this. This is just the fact that we're living in this moment with Ateez is incredible. But as always, be sure to like, share, and maybe subscribe, as it goes a long way and helps out the channel so much. This has been Garrison, and peace.